I think it's fascinating how intellectually inconsistent people are. This discussion was brought about from people I work with. There are a lot of people who say one thing, live a certain way, believe in another thing, and their actions don't reflect any of that. It's very confusing. And I know they, not some of them, not all. I know some of them don't really believe what they say they believe because they don't live that way. And I know a lot of them don't understand what they believe is a dead end. It's it's very unnerving. And I think the reason why it's so unnerving because these are supposed to be mature individuals. I was raised I was raised and learned that your ideologies, your intellectual philosophical positions, your actions are all supposed to line up. Meaning what you believe, how you act, what you think, and what you say all should line up in one nice neat line. Now, nice neat line, I say that. There are some deviations, of course, none of us are perfect. But it is really bad when none of them line up. Like you say one thing, you do something else, you speak a certain way, and then you judge others for that same, for any of those other things. It is, there are, for people who believe in the Bible, which I believe the Bible holds to be true, absolute truth. There are scriptures that speak to certain things like that, like Proverbs 9:10 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding." So this is where I think a lot of people mess up because they don't have a solid worldview. They don't have a foundation to stand on. So they don't necessarily know where they're supposed to line up. They just start speaking. They just start doing, or they just start believing, whatever it is they hear. And then whatever they feel ties into that. That's a big problem. You should be looking for evidence of what you believe in, what you stand on. And if you're an advocation, or if you are a follower of the truth, or a person who is seeking truth, if something doesn't align with truth with a capital T, don't you think you need to reevaluate that or search for what is truth or what is at least evidential to your belief? Because you're lying to yourself if you're not. If you're just going by how you feel, you're lying to yourself. Because the world is more than sensory. It is more than just what I want. There is an absolute truth to the world. And if you are not basing your life on that truth, then what are you living for? I mean, I hear people speak against the word, not knowing a single verse, not knowing the context of the verse, or worse, they think it's all fairy tale. And the same thing goes for any other religion. I've studied many religions. I went to school for that. I know the basis for most of the religions, and I've studied them to see if they were true because I went through an intellectual inconsistency time too, and I wanted to know the truth. And the evidence points to Jesus being reliable. But I always implore people to look into it themselves. Read the word yourself. If you're interested in Islam, go study Islam. If you're interested in Buddhism, go study Buddhism. Hinduism, Mithraism, the woke agenda, whatever the case may be. And see if that holds truth. I would argue it doesn't. But I encourage people to look for themselves. And most people don't. They do a surface level investigation. And if it feels right, then they go by it. Let's understand your feelings can lie to you. Feelings lie. So, like I'm going to say, if your belief, your words, your actions, and your ideas don't line up, you need to reevaluate your life because you're living a lie in one of those aspects. You have a blessed day.